You are listening to the Sealed Word on Grace Notes Ministries. I'm Marcus.
And I'm Jordan.
Every addiction treatment program in the country tells people to find a higher power. Nobody tells them the higher power left his arithmetic in his book. Today we are talking about what the Word reaches that nothing else reaches, not because we are against treatment, not because we are against medicine or counseling or community, but because there is a door inside a person in the grip of addiction that none of those things can open. And the Sealed Word has a key that fits that door in a way that we have now spent 25 episodes explaining.
What is behind that door?
The question of whether any of it is real. That is what addiction does to a person's theology, not their church attendance, their theology, their private 3 a.m. conviction about whether any of it is actually true, whether the God they were told about as a child is actually there, whether the promises actually hold, whether the Word is just words. And what the mathematical seal does, the thing that no other religious argument does, is answer that 3 a.m. question with arithmetic, which is the only language that the lying brain of addiction cannot argue with. Because the brain can argue with feelings, the brain can argue with memories, the brain can argue with preachers. The brain cannot argue with a count that was verified by a Harvard mathematician in 1890 and has not been falsified in 136 years.
You cannot rationalize your way out of a prime number.
You cannot. And that is exactly what happens.
We have Danny on the line. He is 3 years clean, and he called us specifically to talk about which episode and which number changed things for him. Danny, welcome.
Thank you, Marcus. 3 years clean from opioids. And I want to be specific because I think vague testimonies do not help anybody. The specific thing that happened was episode 3, the 888 episode. I had been in and out of treatment for 4 years. I had heard every religious argument there is. I had heard them all, and they did not land. Because every time someone told me God loved me, my brain said, that is what they say. That is what the program says. That is what you are supposed to believe. And then I heard the 888 episode. And Marcus explained, this is not what someone says. This is what the Greek alphabet says. The numerical value of the name Jesus in the language it was written in is 888. This is not a belief. This is arithmetic. And I remember exactly where I was sitting. I was in a halfway house at 11 o'clock on a Thursday night. And I went to my phone and I ran the count. Iota is 10, eta is 8, sigma is 200. And I added it up, and I got 888. And something broke. Not in a dramatic way, not like a movie. It just broke quietly, like ice cracking in a glass. And I thought, if this is real, then he counted me too. And for the first time in 4 years, I thought maybe the count includes me.
The count includes you, Danny.
3 years clean. The count included me.
Danny, the chain broke.
The chain that was keeping him from believing it was real. Not the chain of the addiction that took work and time and community and all the things it takes, but the chain that was keeping him from believing there was something real on the other side of the work. The math broke that chain first, and then everything else became possible.
For anyone in recovery or fighting to get into recovery, this show is for you. The mathematical proof that the God you have been told about actually exists and actually counts precisely does not fix the hard work ahead of you, but it gives you a floor to stand on while you do the hard work, and a floor changes everything.
The resources? PureBibleSearch.com, BibleNumerics.com, KJVCharts.com, SealedByTheKing.com, and GraceNotesMinistries.com/KJV Numerics. Start with episode 3. Run the count yourself. 888. Your own hands, your own phone. And then tell us what broke.